Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. Today I've got for you 4 different pieces of terminal tackle equipment that, in my opinion, you probably don't have, but you should. All of these give a bait, regardless of how popular that bait is, an entirely new appearance and can really give it something extra that gets it a few more bites. Whether you're on a lake where it's the most popular bait or whether that bait has never been thrown, I'm telling you, you can attach all of these pieces of terminal tackle equipment to a bait and give it just a completely different look. So we're going to jump into that. Before I do, I want to remind you though that I do have a Tackle Warehouse affiliate link. If you're looking to support the channel and need to purchase some tackle, please use that Tackle Warehouse affiliate link, and maybe some of these items are ones you're going to be looking for. If so, I'll put links in the video description for you so you can check them out on your own. All right, so let's talk about these baits, or these pieces of terminal tackle equipment. With all baits that are on the market, most of them come out and they're good, ready to go. But what we see happen a lot of times is a bait loses its luster after everyone starts throwing it. There's a lot of baits I can think of on the market that, yeah, they still catch fish, but it's not quite like they were when they first came out. I think you could look at, say, the boottail swim bait. Definitely a great bait, still one I throw all the time, but it's not as good as it once was. I think the chatter baits lost a little bit of its luster. I think all baits, really, they come out, they do really good. The fish get somewhat accustomed to it. But it's surprising to me how often you can make a tiny little, minute little difference to a bait, and it almost brings that bait entirely back to life, and sometimes actually gives it more irresistible fish catching abilities than it ever actually had. All right, so let's talk about the first one. The first one right here, this is a Cat 3 teaser. So this is made to go in front of a bait. So in this case, there is a swivel that I've got below it. And then you just take a bobber stop and hold it into place. And then to the other end of the swivel, you tie on pretty much any bait that you want. You can tie on a swim bait, you could tie on a crankbait, you could tie on a big glide bait, a jerk bait, a lipless crankbait. Maybe not a jerk bait, you probably still could make it work, but really the limitations are endless. You can throw basically everything. And what this does is it gives you the appearance of a ball of bait in front, and it's got a helicopter type build to it. So it not only is it just flashing, it actually rotates on your line while you're using it. And because it's spinning, it gives the appearance of like a ball of shad that are rolling. Really cool look, something that's different. You might want to check certain state regulations. Now, in my opinion, there's no hooks on this, so you're good to go, but I'm not 100% certain that all state laws would say that you can use this with another bait that does have hooks. So you want to check into that. But from the appearance of giving your bait some attractiveness and draw power, it does a really good job to it. I'm actually surprised that this has not caught on more. I've had a lot of good success just with fishing this around the house here. It's just one of those things that it just gives your bait a whole different look, and it looks really good when you put it like a swim jig behind it, or a vibrating jig, or even, like I said, some of those glide baits, even crankbaits. It's just a cool little piece of terminal tackle equipment that's been out a long time now. And I actually was turned on to this by one of you guys out there who said, "Hey, Matt, check out the Cat 3 teaser." And I did. I picked it up. I probably had them for 3-4 years now. I've got a bunch of them. I actually just bought a few more, which is what got me thinking about doing this episode. But it's a really cool piece of terminal tackle equipment that you very rarely hear anyone talk about. So that's one. How about the Queen's Tackle switchblade? So the switchblade is a vibrating jig blade that's made to be attached to pretty much anything out there. Now, I will say I don't think it necessarily works with everything. So, if you want to attach it to a crankbait, it doesn't, in my experience, I haven't found it to be really good. But if you want to attach it to, say, a swim jig and make a swim jig have a vibrating jig appearance and have the weedlessness of a swim jig, you absolutely can do it. You can put it onto your boot tail swim baits. You can put it onto pretty much everything. You're going to get varying results on it. But the switchblade is a really cool little piece of terminal tackle equipment. It's just got a little bar on it, and you snap that bar up out of place just like that. And then you can take, see if I can get this on here quick for you. Then you just take whatever the bait is that you want, and you run it through the eye, and I put it on upside down. So once you get the bait through that little bar, which I had and then she came off, you take the little bar and you just snap it right back up into place like so. Push down the little arm, I guess, that locks it into place. But we've just taken a core tackle swim jig and given it a vibrating jig appearance. So the switchblade is another really cool, versatile piece that can change the appearance of the bait that you're using. This is another one that I really like. This is the Con Easy Spin. Should have probably grabbed one out for you, but what the Easy Spin does is it allows you, with various weight sizes, so this is a 3/8 ounce weight with a blade on the back, it allows you to attach it onto an EWG style hook, give the weight, but also give you the spinner. So this is just a standard weedless EWG swim bait hook. I would take a regular one without the weight. I would snap that over the arm, the shank of the hook, and then I've got my weight plus a blade coming off the bottom. Again, not necessarily just for swim baits. You can attach it to a bunch of different things. Works really good on your swimming worms. Like, they've got some lighter sizes. You can attach it to a weedless swimming worm, but basically any weedless presentation. If you want to attach it to your Texas rigs, go for it. You can pitch it around a Texas rig with a little blade, have a little bit of weight off the belly, gives it a different fall, keeps the bait more horizontal. Been playing around a lot with these lately. And then the last piece of terminal tackle equipment that I've been using for a long, long time, actually was making these myself for a long time, and then Zappu has come out with them a while ago, but I don't need to necessarily make them myself anymore, but it's their twin blades. So the twin blade is just a double-armed skirt jig, basically a rattle collar, which is what I was doing, is buying the collars, and then you buy the rattles separately. But in this case, they were sticking the blades up in there. So now you can buy them. I was doing that. You just take a blade on a swivel, and you can stick it up into the rattle collar. Something that I was doing, I played around with a lot of different things actually in the rattle collar, but blades were one of them. Again, you can attach it to almost anything where you would have, say, a skirt. So your spinner bait, your swim jig, your vibrating jigs. Again, you can still attach it in front of, say, a swim bait if you want. You can run it on the line, in front of the line, give yourself a little bit of flash. Just a lot of different variations that you can do, again, with the twin spin right there, or the twin blade. And they come in a bunch of different colors too. I happen to like the chartreuse and the pink if I'm fishing around smallmouth. Got myself a bunch of those. Those are just some cool pieces of terminal tackle equipment that I've had good luck with, that I think you guys, probably the majority of you, have never seen, but you might want to really give a try. I would take you out on the water and show you, except I'd have to drill a really big hole in the ice to be able to make a cast. So I'm not doing that right now. But just trust me, they work great. Give them a try. Put links for the video, or I'll put links for each in the video description for you. Let me know in the comments section, what are some little pieces of terminal tackle equipment that you guys love that you don't think the rest of us know about? Put that in the comment section. I'd love to learn from you guys as well. Otherwise, stay tuned. We'll have a new video coming out tomorrow.